parents always let us hold on to everything, hence this fucking disease I have. I'm Nick Halkias. I'm a sales dude for Nike SB. So besides boards, I've been really fortunate, man, to get some of the artwork that I loved as a kid. I remember a few times, man, when I was younger, I've always been a collector. I always wanted to collect boards and the art. And there's been quite a few things I remember holding in a magazine going, oh, dude, if I only had that. One of the first things I remember is Wrench Pilot. Always grew up loving comics and just loved really everything Andy did, even before I knew who Andy Jenkins was or even recognized the name. But Wrench Pilot was just really made an impact on me. This is Wrench Pilot number 2. Andy was selling these on his site like in '99 and 2000 for pretty cheap. I think this is the first Wrench Pilot that Transworld printed, but it's number 2, Mel Bend. I'm so stoked to own this, man. Later, I remember getting Big Brother magazine. I had started kind of to, in the early days, before the internet, it was really hard to get hip to anything living in Florida. But magazines and zines and any kind of media kind of expose you to things. And I remember getting Big Brother 10, which was that Paulo Diaz cover, and just tripping on it, man. I remember it reminded me of like Robert Williams, the artist, a little bit, but had all the things that kind of, from what I understood, like Paulo was into, from music to the Aztec UFO deal. There's R2-D2 up there. There's Paulo as Pan, and again, I can't believe I own this. I started communicating with Mark Mckee, and he had a website called Skateboard Graphics, and he was asking for photos of boards. And this is like 98, 99, I believe, I think. And gave him some images of my boards. And about 3 months later, maybe 6 months later, I'm at the mall around Christmas time shopping, and I see these tech decks, and they're old school tech decks. And I pick them up and I realize that it's my boards. A couple of them were my boards. And it was my buddy that I hooked up with this project as well. He had a hand-painted Gons board, and they had a tech deck of this hand-painted board. So I hit up Mckee, I was like, Mckee, what's the deal? I think Tech Deck stole images off your website and made these old school boards for this toy store. He was like, no, dude, I let them. I'm so sorry. I got something in the mail for you. And that showed up, man, and that was the gift from Mckee. It's amazing, man. The rarest of the rare in my House of Oddities is this Javante Turner, the Napping Negro graphic. When Cliver started putting together information for the book Disposable, I helped him out, interviewed a few people, and Mckee was one of the people I reached out to. So I went out west to a trade show and kind of walked the floor with Mckee and told him a bit about the graphic and how it impacted me when I saw that advertisement in Thrasher. I couldn't believe that they pushed it that far. I couldn't believe that a magazine published the image, the ad, and I couldn't believe they actually made product. This is the board. It's been skated, but this is the board that came from the painting. After I'd left Mckee and he told me I don't want to talk about the graphic necessarily, it was a bad idea and it was just something I want to forget. He had told me he thinks he sold the painting to this artist Piz at the time. I come home from the trade show and he called me and said, I'm going to send you something, and this box shows up and I unwrap it and it's this painting. I instantly called him and he's like, hey dude, the painting kind of brought me some grief. He's like, it's yours now, like you get it, you get why we did it at the time and you're the keeper of it. And he asked me not to show it or exhibit it at all. I had to call him a few days ago and ask if it was cool to show it, and he's much more comfortable with the image now, and I think people get it. People understand the context, but it's heavy for me, man. I just hung this up a few months ago, and this is really the first time I've kind of hanging on the wall, but I got it framed. I got it framed like how I envisioned that ad. It's heavy, man, but that's the OG. That's the OG painting.